stage is set with the lights ablaze and no room for regret. His eyes are screaming, adrenaline's popping. From the kick-up to the buzzer, the excitement is jumping. So grab your chest, let the games ignite. I see the games ignite. Bringing the fun that feels so right. Fun that feels so right. Welcome to the showdown, it's time to ignite. With the low on the air, bringing you the fight. With the crowd roaring and the tension so thick. Get ready for highlights, every kick and flip. From the field to the crowd, we breaking it down. Tracking every move from the ace to the crown. But raise the sharp blades and step to the press. We are ultimate soul. From land, no stress. Get set for the thrill. It's game time now. I will send you to the crowd. Let me show you how. Scores are dropping, wheels are turning, paces high. We're rocking every moment, reaching for the sky. So catch your breath and strap in tight. We're bringing the heat, it feels so right. Lights are flashing, the crowd's in a roar. Get ready for action, it's what we live for. Electric vibes and the energy's on. We're taking the stage, it's time to get it on. Three highlights, the thrill of the game. From the courts to the fields, you remember the name. Grab your snacks, settle in for the ride. It's game day, baby. Let's take it in stride. Are you ready to rumble? The stage is set with the lights ablaze and no room for regret.
There he is. He's already starting to move now down the backside. He was 5 or 6 behind the last horse. Great ground-saving trip by Jose Ortiz. Sometimes when you're that far back, Mike, that everybody makes their decision already, and you're left a lot of open lanes. Now he'll shift him out as he knows he's going to run into trouble if he doesn't, and he takes aim on his brother. And what a tremendous kick by Golden Tempo.
That's a lot of ground to make up in the stretch of the Kentucky Derby. He's 7 or 8 lengths back at the top of the stretch still.
The numbers on how far he ran are going to be amazing, right? Wow. And this is the pedigree of this horse. He has been dead last or second to last in almost every race he's run, but made a charge like this at a moment like this. A historic moment, Nick Luck. Truly.
For the thrill, it's game time now. I will send you to the crowd. Let me show you how. Scores are dropping, wheels are turning, paces high. We're rocking every moment, reaching for the sky. So catch your breath and strap in tight. We're bringing the heat, it feels so right. Lights are flashing, the crowd's in a roar. Get ready for action, it's what we live for.
Hello, ladies and and gentlemen, and welcome to ROMA Sports, where we go over the news and the sports of the week. And tonight, Draymond Green and Austin Rivers. I didn't think those two names I was going to talk about tonight. But round one fight, I guess. We got the Kentucky Derby. That was this weekend. Who are our winners and losers? NBA playoff injury updates on the docket. Remember the late, great John Sterling, the amazing Yankees announcer. But first, we got to introduce ourselves. I'm AK, your favorite guy. You can find me at @TheRealRoma_AK on X. We got Gargi. You can find him at Lemegrag on X as well. Gargi, how you doing, my man?
Yo, doing pretty good, bro. Doing pretty good. Happy Thursday. A little sad in the beginning of the week with, as you mentioned, John Sterling, the great, over 35 years of Yankee broadcast baseball with great calls. We'll get to that. Doing good. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. We got to fill in a little bit of Navasa tonight. And I'm sure that's not going to be hard. Love you, bro.
Shots fired. Officer down.
Bro. But yo, you know what we do here, bro? We rise up. So let them know where we're from, brother.
Absolutely. All right. Well, you guys know what you can do. You can go to riseofmiddleamerica.com and make sure you follow us on X. Subscribe to our socials in the upper right-hand corner. This is where you can get the up-to-the-minute action from all of our shows, news, culture, true crime, now sports. We have something for all your needs. So please like, comment, and subscribe. We got a jam-packed show for you guys tonight. So I hope you guys are ready, because you already know we don't have Navasa here tonight, so I guess I'm going to have to do it all by myself. So it's time for It's First and Furious. All right, so let's start off with the Kentucky Derby. Now, we already know who won, but there was a specific incident that happened beforehand that basically disqualified a horse from the race. Yeah. So let's go ahead and check out what happened here.
You did flip over on the racetrack.
Okay, there you see the horse, and there you see exactly what happened. The horse flipping over. So there are vets there, many vets, to check on the horses in a situation like this.
Oh, jeez. Okay. What happened?
So
what happened there,
this
bro?
is what you call a yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay situation. I mean, talk. All right, what do you call a horse jumping jockey jumping ship on it? It's a buck. He's bucking. I mean, this horse bucked the jockey, dude.
Bro, he was like, I want to look like the Broncos old school logo. What?
You want to know something? I think he was trying out to become the new logo scout for the Broncos, because this horse is tall. He got ups. Yo, everybody knows the Derby for, the bougie people with the famous hats and the fancy hats. But, it's all about these horses. Yo, man, you got like over 20 prime time horses that are not scared and that are looking to rip it up. This reminded me of like some medieval times. I mean, besides the buck pregame, out the gate, these horses were banging heads, bro. I mean, there was a couple of inquiries. And for yous not knowing, there was flags on the play, bro. Which would have cost horses spots to get paid.
There were flags, there were yellow cards, there were
now,
everything.
I don't know if you guys noticed in this short video, but there was a horse that went from last to first. And this horse either got stung by a bee or got slapped in the right spot and got pissed off, bro. 0 to 60 is the perfect definition of what happened.
He was in last. He was in last place all the way up to that last corner, and then he just said, like, just
now,
nothing was going to stop this horse.
Now, you could say, all right, I've seen horses do that plenty of times. Yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 horses. This is 20-plus horses of great horses throughout the year that have won titles and advanced through tournaments, Preaknesses or whatnot. I don't know how the ladders are climbed there. But, yo, man, that horse that bucked the dude, I don't know what the penalty is that for a horse afterwards, but animal rights, maybe,
Peter's going to have something to say on that one.
Yeah. Now, supposedly there were 2 jockeys that were brothers in this race.
There were 2 horses that were brothers in this race.
And brother horses. Maybe they both had one each and twinned
Possibly.
up. Yeah. Now, I don't know. I put a bet in. I lost. I had Further Ado. I believe he ran out of the 18 spot. I think the most he showed face was like 5th, and then he just failed.
Now, here's the thing. Do you think this is like NASCAR? So you had 2 brothers, so they like created a team of horses?
Well, I know there was Havoc. I know there was a creation of Havoc there. I don't know what the game plan is going into this, but it was pretty exciting, and the odds were pretty good on payouts. You might have had 1 or 2 that really were getting bet on, so the odds were low. My horse was like 7-8 to 1. It opened up at 6, went to 8, which is not bad. I like to see less action, which means no one's paying attention, but don't jump too high. Jump a little bit, make some money, still be in there. As you could see around the turn. Now, this is a long race, right? With a mile and a half, mile and a quarter.
Mile and a quarter, mile and a half, something like that.
Yeah, it's not, as you would say, a bush. This is the pros right here. This is it. This is the championship. You know what I mean? And this horse, look at this guy on the outside. It's like 2 horses. He's like 2 horses. How do you gain that speed, the momentum, and just keep the stride going? And big ups to the jockey. I don't know who he is. I don't know if he's ever won before, but
it's a 1 mile race.
Serious stuff right here, dude. I actually like horse racing.
Bro, so let me put this into perspective, right? So the horse finished a mile in 1 minute and 36 seconds, right?
Is this a record?
The fastest human has finished what, 4:36? So
who, Usain Bolt?
No, I don't think it's Usain Bolt's a sprinter. He's not a long distance guy.
You said human.
Yeah. So, but I think that that shows you like I'm about to create a word here, the majesticity of these horses.
Perfect. No, the majestic novelty of, and the whole aura of what's going on. You have to be a special horse in order to race. There's lots of horses in the world, and a lot of them aren't racing type horses. Far and few that would actually be prime time. Like, these horses got something else going on, like special. I don't know what the stats are on this horse that came from last to first and won. I don't know if he's ever won before. It surprised me so much that the whole thing surprised me. I don't even know about the horse.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to there's only so many things we could talk about horses, but
big up to the horses, bro.
Yeah,
stop whipping them. I don't like the switch.
Peter. All right. Ed? Let's move on to let's go from horse meat to cow beef.
Giddy up.
Draymond Green.
Oh boy. Talk about an animal.
I don't like to get in these back and forths because, quite honestly, guys that you usually get into the back and forths with, they become back and forths because it's like one of them like severely tips something this way and the other is just like kind of so far down that it kind of pulls you back a little bit. And so, speaking of Austin Rivers, I saw he said he's bewildered and it's ridiculous of what I said. And I just find it interesting that a guy who was the 10th pick in my draft, I was 35, who's on his second act, still on act 1, he goes, Draymond, never been a scorer. Austin, you and I averaged the same amount of points in high school. And I say high school because that's when you were at your best. And then in college, he was still good. He was very featured at Duke because NBA careers, should he really talk about my NBA career? I'm still with my first team. He was gone from his first team in 2 years. The guy received the biggest bailout in U.S. history prior to President Trump bailing out the airlines when his dad gave him $42 million. And I tip my hat to Doc. I pray that I can give DJ $200 million or give Deuce $250 million. I pray that I can do that one day. I love how people just go take the 15 seconds that they want to take and make it a headline. but I really enjoyed watching Austin Rivers be bewildered.
All right. This has been going on for a long time behind scenes before this whole social media podcast stuff that we've all been doing. I'm sure you got a lot of this is spicy.
It is, and like I had no idea until you told me today that this was going on. And to think that you can even put Austin Rivers on the same planet as Draymond Green, even though Draymond Green is not a superstar. I mean, maybe there was 1 year where he was a superstar averaging 16 points a game.
I mean, yeah, if you look at his career numbers, I think he averages 7.9 points a game in his career. But again, he's not an offensive player. He's a great defensive player. You can't take that away from him.
Yeah. Doesn't he have a DPOY?
Problem. Say that again?
Doesn't he have a DPOY?
Defensive Player of the Year. He might have a couple of those in his back pocket, actually. Listen, he is the type of player. He's one of the toughest players in the league. He plays at almost every game. You figure this guy gets hurt. He really doesn't. He puts the hurt. All right. He's literally scratch.
Once. 2016 and 2017.
All right. So out of all the players in the league, he won that award. Imagine that. Now, with all the cast of players around him that are known to be an offensive team, to him to win Defensive Player of the Year is pretty special, I would think, because they're not looking at that, number one, right? Teams are going to look to go back and forth and run with you. So that's a little thing I looked at. But number two, went right out the window because I just totally lost my train of thought. Listen, Draymond Green has been having problems with Austin Rivers for a long time because Doc Rivers, if you guys remember, was the coach of the Clippers back then. And he coached a dirty Clipper team that constantly went at them, back and forth. Golden State and LA Clippers just dogging it. Green dogging it with whoever over there. Doc Rivers getting technical fouls, all that crazy stuff. Listen, you score 7.9 points a game. You're a great defensive player. You're a Hall of Fame player. And this is what I was getting at. I finally found it. He literally scratched, clawed, and had bit his way to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he did. He also has 4 rings. No, 5. There's 4 or 5. No, he's got 4.
This is you can't compare these two's basketball careers. It's impossible. This guy's a Hall of Famer with 4 rings. This guy probably has 1 if he leapfrogged on a team. I don't even know if he did. Was he on that Golden State team?
I don't think so.
I don't even know. He was on the Clipper team. They never won. Yeah. So, listen, Rivers is saying, you don't really do much. No one guards you. You're trash. Look at the players around you that made you look good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Green fires back. So, here we are.
Now, here's the thing. There's got to be a response, right? Do you think there's a response?
I'm going to say yes.
Of course there's a response. Let's hear it.
That's why when Portland offered me $40 million, that's why when Phil Jackson was trying to explain the goddamn triangle offense in my living room, I didn't go to New York. I went back to LA to get that bag so I could go play for my pops and I could play freely and be myself, which I actually ended up doing pretty fucking solid as a role player under Chris Paul, Jamal Crawford. That's what my role was. That's all I ever was in the NBA, was a role player. I was never a star. So this whole thing where I'm comparing myself to Draymond, and Draymond's a Hall of Famer. And no matter what anybody on this podcast, and no matter what I say or what anybody says, it's not going to change. He's a first ballot, and he deserves that because he put in the work as his role. See, there's a difference, and this is the last thing I'll say. There's a difference between being a star and being a star in your role. Draymond was a star in his role, one of the best at it. He talks too loose, and he talks with conceit in his voice when he tries to come at other players as if he's better than them. No. You've achieved more because you were a star in your role in a cast that Steve, the guy that hindered your career, placed you in and helped you and embraced you with a bunch of guys on a very talented team, one of the greatest teams ever assembled, that Warriors team. And that's why he's in the Hall of Fame and he deserves to be it. But when you start talking and how he did with Charles, or he starts talking about me, belittling my stuff, or other players, whoa, Dre. You talk about, you need to play Nas one-on-one. But motherfucker, why don't you play me one-on-one, Draymond? Because you can't do no handoffs in one-on-one. You can't set no pick and roll in 101. So
That's a
all
fact.
that extra talk is BS, and that's all my response was calling me the biggest bailout. Yo, bro, have some wherewithal. Get outside yourself. Have some humility. You know what happened, Dre. You know what was good to you. Now, that's it.
All right, so
I mean, they both are role players. It's just that one thing I will say is that he was not the reason why. He was not the only reason why they won those championships.
no, of course not. Now,
You literally had Kevin Durant for 2 years. Now the first one I'll give you. The first one I will give you. Okay, because he was who was the starter? It was
Andre Iguodala.
No. He's on the it's Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes. All right, King, Spurs, Barnes.
Right. Harrison Barnes was in his spot until he took it. All right. So I give him credit for that. He came in and he took that spot and he never gave it back. And they had to send him off. Right.
Correct.
Because of that. So I understand that aspect. He did earn his way into the starting lineup and he built himself a very decent NBA career. All right. But after that, it was literally everybody else.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you got Barbosa. Barbosa was a sick, long defender, like as a guard. You know, they had Wiggins.
Barbosa, Wiggins, Iguodala, all these guys that are number one picks, right?
Poole. Yeah.
Poole. Yeah, Jordan Poole.
Remember
Like
that?
you didn't have to worry about offense your entire career.
Yeah, and we didn't even
You
mention
had the
Curry. Yeah, we didn't mention
best-
Curry and Clay, by the way.
Shooters of all time on your team. So you literally had nothing to worry about. You just had to focus on the one thing that you had to do. But guess what? Klay Thompson, I give it to him because he threw his body on the line. He was always guarding the best player on the other team, and he was doing offense. And he wore himself down to the point where he tore his ACL. And then when he was on his way back, he tore his Achilles and basically was never the same after that.
Yeah. His father was on the Yankees, by the way. But yeah.
He was on the Yankees, and his father played in the NBA.
He did a double sport like Dion and Bo. Wow.
I don't know if he did double sport at the same time, but I know he played both sports.
Okay, and I'm not going to put Jordan in that because Jordan really didn't play baseball. I mean,
That did not count. That was a glorified 2-year suspension.
The Chicago Barons promoted him on purpose just to get him into majors, to sell tickets, make him do his thing because that's what he wanted to do because he's the great Michael Jordan. We're not going to disrespect him. So he had to kind of at least try, but he was terrible. I mean, what did he hit, like 0.98? I don't even know what his career numbers were.
No, he hit over 200, but it was it was like two. Oh God, I don't want to be wrong. Let's see, Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Now, so to pretty much put this debate away, let's
202. He hit
202 career.
So he's over the Mendoza line.
All right, good. He's hitting better than Schwarber.
Yeah, right.
All right.
So I knew it was like just barely over 200, but yeah, literally it was 200.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. All right, so let's kill this debate right now with a vote between me, you, and the audience can vote on themselves. Let's take a 12-man roster, right? We got 5 and 7, right? 12-man roster. Where are you putting Draymond Green on that roster from 1 to 12?
On which roster? Or just any roster?
Roster from 1 to 12. How strong is he as a player from 1 to 12?
Give me 2 teams. Give me a shitty team and give me a great team.
Where he is right now against Austin Rivers' complaints. Draymond Green is what type of player on that Golden State team? A 3, a 4 out of 12 of those players?
Oh, out of the players now? Probably 5 or 6. He's like right in the middle.
What about when he was talking about the championship years?
Oh, the championship years, he was like number 3.
All right, so let's say he's 3 out of 12 guys. Austin Rivers, his best years.
Wait, hold on. No, he was number 4 when Kevin Durant was there.
All right, so
but outside of that, he was 3 all the way up to 2020, and after 2020,
where's Austin Rivers' best potential on a 12-man roster?
Like number 8 on an 8-man rotation.
So that's
That's
it.
that's
It's
that's
over.
best.
It's over.
That's best. He is a third string point guard. He's a
That's
point
how I look
guard.
at it.
Whereas if your first string point guard gets into foul trouble in the first quarter, and in the second quarter, them in the second one get into foul trouble, that's when he comes in.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the college alkaloids you could throw out the window. The McDonald's All-American, the ACC Player of the Year. When you come to the NBA, you got to be a man about it. And I see 4 championships and a dude that's in the hall. So, I mean, it's a wrap. I don't care what comes out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move on to League. I pressed that way too fast. Hold on a second. Let me share my screen. This is going to be your segment, buddy. So share.
3-2. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Bernie goes boom. Burn, baby, burn. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Oh, the Bambino swung on and hit in the air to deep right center. The Giambino. His proudest moment as a Yankee. The pitch swung on. It is gone. A thriller by Godzilla. The pitch
Thriller by Godzilla.
The best.
From A-Rod. Hit in the air to deep right. Oh, you're on the mark, Teixeira. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Giancarlo. No si può stopparlo. On the Medicar. Swung on, hit in the air to left center. Curtis makes the catch. Ball game over. World Series over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
Yes.
Oh man, listen, that gives me chills, bro. You could say cornball or not, but I'm a baseball lifer. He was doing broadcasts for I believe for the Yankees for just under 35 years, I believe. I'm 44, so that's my whole lifetime of listening to the Yankees on the radio. He was very unique and one of a kind in regards to his home run calls to make up, nicknames for players who hit home runs. And believe it or not, for a lot of people who don't know, John Sterling was so good and great at it, he actually called World Series games. Now, the national radio broadcast guys do not call games in the playoffs or the World Series. It's the big local TV, the NBC, where they have the Jim Nantz, or the ESPN, where they have Joe Buck. No.
Jim Nantz from the bowels of hell all the way to the championship.
As you can hear it there, ball game over, World Series over. Listen, this guy's in the Hall of Fame. He was great. He retired about 2 seasons ago. We've been trying to replace him on the radio. I think we might have found a replacement in the old Mariner guy. He's now doing the broadcast with Susan. Man, I love John Sterling. Rest in peace. Thank you for everything, bro. The nicknames that you gave me will stick in my head and Yankee fans' heads forever, bro. Forever.
What did he say about John Carlos?
No Sinone Coppola.
That was great.
And then he's doing some salsa merengue. Listen, he had ones for Jorge, Georgie Juice one, Giambino, the Gardner plants one and right, Brett Gardner. Yeah. I mean, you can't think of these. How do you think of that? The Gardner plants one and right. I mean, that's so sick. So listen, the guy was awesome, bro, and we were so glad to have him.
I remember listening to
this little segment too.
Yeah, I remember listening to him back in the late '90s, early 2000s. When I was up in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, you would get that.
Yeah, my family, they were diehard Yankees fans, right? So,
endure the pinstripes.
I remember his voice from back then, and I was a kid.
Yeah.
And anytime that I think of a baseball highlight in my head, I hear his voice.
Yeah. I mean, and the reason for that is because it's a calming, great call that is actually, wow, that's a great call.
Well, not just that, it's because he understood dynamics really well. Right.
The spot, the pressure, like what to use, what words to say, I would guess, right at a certain time, you would think.
Exactly. You know, this is somebody that probably as a kid, he would call like pee-wee games, and then he would call like high school games, and he would be in the crowd like calling the game in his head. Right.
Well, it's funny you mention that because, you know, he didn't start his career as a Yankee broadcaster. He did college football. It might have been maybe Rutgers, I think. He also did Islander games on the radio.
Yeah.
Okay. And
it's
then
kind of like Stuart Scott, right? Because Stuart Scott started at
Navy.
No. He started at HBCU. I think it was Florida A&M.
Oh wow.
Or Bethune-Cookman. It's one of those. It's the weekend classic game. He was in one of those schools.
Yeah.
But he used to do all of the recaps. That's how Stuart Scott started, and he used to do it with like music in the background, and he would talk the game through in a sense where it's like it was poetry in motion.
He made everything work in one. Like he molded it all.
He did. It was almost like he was rapping to it, but he did it so well that he became that popular. I don't know what he did in between that and Sports Center, but my point is that there are very few people in the announcing world and in the broadcasting world that can pull stuff off with such effortless energy.
Yeah, and you know, depending on the tone of your voice too, you know, what road do you want to go down when you actually make the calls? Do you want to be crazy about it and use crazy, you know, words and sentences, or do you want to smooth it and, you know, for the fans? Like, for example, the Devil guy, I think his name is Matt McLaughlin or something like that. This guy is the worst announcer in the world. First of all, you ever hear a baby whine? He goes, you could pull this video up if you want. He shoots and scores. It's a Devil goal. Now listen to me. I heard it on the radio. I swear to God, I turned the whole radio off. I didn't want to hear music. I was pissed off for about 2.5 hours. And this guy's been doing it for about 2-3 years. How do you endorse something like that?
That's crazy. Yeah, I've heard some pretty horrible announcers over the years. I mean, I've watched a lot of sports, right? And those are the guys you don't remember. Right. Yeah. It's the guys like the Stuart Scotts, the guys like the John Sterlings. Like those are the guys that basically create a narrative within a broadcasting voice that is just unmatched, unlike anybody else. Yeah. You know, even with my great sultry big ass black voice, I can't even pull off.
Well, what's your movie theater previews?
This summer.
In a world
full of basketball injuries, because that's where we're going next. So this is the
feels like deja vu, man.
Deja vu. We got to keep it in New York, keep it in the fam. Let's see what happens.
The Knicks won, but at what cost? We're about to find that out as OG Anunoby came down hard, and it looked like he was grabbing either his quad or his hamstring after he got blocked on the dunk attempt, and then he's just hobbling back to the bench and immediately asking to get subbed out. It was a clutch time game. They didn't mention anything on the broadcast about OG Anunoby missing the final few minutes of this game, but with how well he's been playing, this is going to be a major thing.
I can't tell if it was here. Let me slow it down.
I want to pinpoint the right ankle because I'm feeling this right ankle right now that he's hampering it.
Game.
Look what he's holding. Right there.
Right there. That's a quad. Is that a hip pointer?
Holding the side like this. Coach? Normally, no, because if it's your quad, you're holding the front.
Okay.
Right. I've been torn anything in my quad, but I've strained a quad, and my hand was at like up here on the top of my knee. Right
now, with a
that
hit
looks
point,
like
you're gonna have to hit the deck, and I don't think he hit the deck before that.
Yeah,
Right.
but
You gotta bang that.
Yeah, I think this is the outside of his hamstring, the outside hamstring. I think he probably tweaked, which, I mean, hamstring injuries are very, very, very weird. If you played football, you understand. If you are
this is a double ice pack situation.
Right. If you're an offensive lineman or defensive lineman, hamstring injury, okay, you can kind of play around that. But if you're like a skill position, like a wide receiver or a defensive back, hamstrings, I mean, you're talking 1 to 2 days or 1 to 2 months.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
And with OG, everybody knows when it comes to playoff time, if you played Mario Brothers and you hit that coin and get that mushroom, you level up. OG levels up when it comes to the playoffs. And right now, this season in the playoffs, before that injury, he is the most valuable player in the league of teams remaining. This man is very important to this team. The reason for our header tonight of Deja Vu is because the last 3 years of playoff ball, OG has been knocked out game 3, round 2, Deja Vu. Here we go again. And I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah. And speaking of basketball, just real quick, the Lakers are only down by 1.
Wow, the old man. Now is the old man back? We were watching the game a little bit pregame, and we seen that he hurt his hip, right?
Yeah. LeBron. Well, I think he'll be all right, but he is, literally 20 days younger than I am.
Yeah. Now, for you who don't know, Luke is out. Reeves was out. 3rd game back. Now I think he's hit his stride. The first game was terrible. Second game, a little heat up. Now I think he's starting to pick it up.
Yeah, Lakers are up by 1 right now.
Here we go.
With 36 seconds left. Oh, he's about to shoot a 3. Nope, he's not. There goes Hartenstein, hits it. All right.
So back to level up, OG. This guy is pretty much the second most important player on this team. I don't want to hear if, ands, or buts because, listen, leads the league in playoff shooting field goal percentage of, I think, 67% from the field, maybe even 70 if I got to check my numbers correct.
That's crazy.
Also leads 3-point field goals in the playoffs with remaining players left. 72% from 3-pointers. Okay? Steals up the wazoo. Give me 5 rebounds a game, 4 assists, defensive player of the year a number of times I can't even count. This guy is the second best player on this team behind Brunson.
Dude, he's averaging over 59% from 3. What?
Yeah, and that's not just 6 shots. How many shots is that? Is that a big sample?
That's from this playoffs.
Yeah, he's not shy, bro. And as you know, the Knicks are scoring points.
Bro, 19 of 32.
Oh, my God. That's not free throws. Those are 3 points.
Those are 3s.
How about his 2s?
Let me see. Doesn't have the 2s here, but he's
you guys get the idea.
Insane right now. And not only that, but he's a big body, right? He's part of that big body defense on the interior. But the difference is that all the Knicks are big. Right? They're all big. They're not necessarily fast, but they're big and you cannot run through them. Right? So the pick and rolls that you try to go with them, they just switch off because they're like, you're not getting past us.
Yeah, no, the Knicks defense, besides Brunson, who really is hampered with his height, he really doesn't, he's not there for defense. We know that. Just like Draymond Green isn't there for offense.
That's why he shoots 26 shots a game.
Whatever. Put the ball in the hoop. Score the ball, as the old man would say, right? But listen, when you look at Hart, you look at OG. When they get a fast break, the Knicks are very unique. They have the very high-scoring Brunson. They have the dynamic 5-tool player in OG. They have a man in Hart who constantly gets double-doubles and is the best in the league, you could look it up, in fast break points and percentage. That's amazing. Better than Shea, better than this one, better than that one. You got Towns who's starting to heat up, triple-doubles now, left and right. And the Knicks bench is super better than last year's bench. So let's see, man. Hopefully this injury is not really a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So moving on to another injury that's actually a big injury, except for now, since the Lakers are currently, let's see, let me refresh that. Lakers are up by 1 against the Thunder. I'm telling you right now, if the Lakers win this game, Luka is coming back game 3.
And the ties will shift.
Luka comes back game 3 because the problem with Austin Reeves right now is that he doesn't have enough space. He's not a big guy, right? He doesn't have enough space and he doesn't get any open shots because they understand that Luka's not on the floor, so therefore all the attention is not on him. They're not going to put the attention on LeBron. They're going to let LeBron – they will let LeBron score 50 points this game if they want to.
Well, he's a navigator.
Yeah. But again, this is the late stages of his career. He is not the 2012 LeBron. And, dude, that MVP, 2000, that was 14 years ago.
How many?
14.
That's a long time ago, man.
It is. And the thing is like he doesn't have that pep in his step. So he has to be a distributor. And especially since Luka's not on the floor.
Yeah.
So now if they win this game, they have to bring Luka back, regardless of what condition he's in at this point. I mean, unless his hamstring is falling off the bone. Like he has to come back.
Does it really matter at this point? Because
uh-oh. Are you there? I think we lost you for a second there. You're probably going to have to jump out and come back in. But yeah, so just jump out and then jump back in with the StreamYard link. So as far as the Lakers are concerned, Jared Vanderbilt hurt his pinky, I believe, and it looked pretty bad, right? This is probably one of those situations where he's going to have to either get surgery or he's going to have I don't think there's going to be any way, but here's kind of the play. I'm going to go ahead and show this to you guys.
Friends, today we are witnessing the biggest NBA match between the Lakers and Sir Hosen's team, But let us tell you that in this big match, we witnessed a very serious injury. So let us tell you that during the second quarter, the Lakers' quiet player Vendo suffered a hand injury. We should tell you that this injury occurred while blocking. You can see that he was in a lot of pain, after which he even left the stadium. We should also tell you that throughout this match, we are witnessing a very good match from both teams.
Embiid is hurting. Uh-oh, Embiid's hurt. I see him in the corner. Joel Embiid is injured. Uh-oh, he's grabbing at his midsection. That's where he had the appendectomy for a burst appendix. He's holding his, oh my, this could be bad. Embiid hurting. They're saying that's right where they did an operation. Oh, if that was Karl Anthony Towns, it could have been dirty, but it was Bridges. Oh, Embiid's still hurting. Jalen Brunson against Embiid. Oh my goodness, he turned around Embiid! Little ankle breaker. Made him do a full 360. Give that boy a map. Maxey trying to answer back for his teammate. And fouled and one. He does answer back.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I hear music in the background. Yeah. I am so sorry about that, everybody. I lost internet service. I don't know what happened. Maybe somebody was trying to break into my Wi-Fi. Sorry about that. That was a first.
How about now?
Echo.
Oh, you want to know why? Because I muted myself to go into Discord to talk to you, and I didn't unmute myself when I was here.
Listen,
all right, so I guess, ladies and gentlemen, you didn't hear anything I just said. No, but what I was saying is that, Joel Embiid, he took a lot of shots in Game 7, right? He was jumping all over the place. He was falling on the ground, hurting his hip. I mean, when you're 7 foot, 280 pounds, that's a long way to the ground. And then he took 2 gnarly shots to his knee.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy where he's not going to recover ever. He always is going to have a recurring injury that's actually a big injury. He actually got hurt early in that game against Boston and just really thugged it out. Listen, that was a big game, yo. You can't take anything away from him. But he's got to stop yapping away, bro, and stop calling Bridges a dirty player and talking a lot of yin-yang and then not showing up for Game 2, which I thought was a little odd.
Oh, yeah, no, it was. But because Embiid normally doesn't do that, right? But you got to understand that if you've noticed anything in the last 10 years of NBA playoff basketball, is they're not going to give you the ticky-tack fouls anymore. They're not going to give you the small push-offs. They're not going to give you any of that stuff. They're going to let you play.
Yeah, no more.
And sometimes you're going to miss egregious calls too. Yeah. But what it does is what it shows is that, hey, this is the playoffs. You have to earn your baskets. You have to play actual defense, right? That's what you have to do. That's why Orlando went as far as they did, going to Game 7.
Yeah, their defense was good, very good actually. They should have beat the Pistons, man. They shouldn't have lost Game 6. I don't understand what happened. They literally missed 26 shots in a row, I think it was at one point in that game, and from there on in, they knew they were dead in Game 7 from that.
Oh, absolutely.
25 in a row missed, like in the second half of that game in Game 6. They were up by 25 points at the half, AK, and lost by 20. That's a 45-point swing. And you're talking about a team who barely cracked 10 points in the fourth quarter, bro.
We're going to do it. We're moving on to Franchise Files Orlando match. Okay, so you guys know that they fired Jamal Mosley.
Oh, change is in order. Change!
You already know.
Spencer Tracy, we know, Spencer, you've been talking to Magic fans all afternoon. I can only imagine what a mixed bag of emotions you've been hearing about.
Sonica, it definitely is. From frustration to obviously heartbreak to losing a coach. It's never easy, but I talked to some diehard fans and even podcast hosts who cover this team inside and out, and they say they really just hope this starts a new beginning for this team. The sound of hope now mixed with disappointment.
these last 72 hours have been pretty rough right now.
For many fans, the news that the Orlando Magic parting ways with head coach Jamal Mosley didn't come as a shock.
A lot of fans, myself included, kind of saw this on their horizon for several months.
But even with that expectation, there's still a deep sense of appreciation.
The majority of the fan base has like a lot of gratitude and has expressed that today for Coach Mosley, and just like the person that he is, the man that he is, the leader that he is.
Other fans say the decision came down to one thing: results.
I think he's a great head coach when it comes to like developmental, like building a young team. But when his in-game management comes, he's not really great at in-game management.
And when you ask fans
I
to
agree with
thrive
that.
this season, well,
I'm gonna stop it there. I absolutely agree with that
Well, I
because
want to ask you a question. What year is this? His second year, Mosley?
5th.
Oh, really? Wow. I mean, he's under the radar.
Mosley took over the Magic when they were at the lowest of the low. This was right after Aaron Gordon and Vucevic and Evan Fournier.
Remember Evan Fournier? Wow.
Yeah.
It's next.
Yeah, when that team fell apart, I mean, the Magic were in the dumpster for like 4 years straight.
Yeah.
And the second year, they hired Mosley, and they were just like, get us out of here. So they ended up, so his first, I believe it was his first draft, he picked up Wagner.
Okay.
All right. And then the second draft, he ended up picking up Banchero. Right. So, like, oh, I'm sorry. He picked up Banchero. No, he picked up Wagner and Suggs. And then the second draft, he picked up Banchero. So that right there, that was supposed to be like the next big three. Then they ended up trading it. They traded that offseason, his first year, they traded Vooch to Chicago for Wendell Carter Jr.
What about Isaac?
And then Isaac was there before him.
Okay.
Isaac's been there for a while.
I know. He's missed more games than played.
Yeah, exactly. And, and the thing about Jonathan Isaac that really pisses me off is he was turning into that like star.
That dynamic, like Wiggins player.
Yeah, and then what ended up happening is COVID happened, and then they ended up in the bubble in the playoff, and that's when he tore his ACL. And when that happened, it like that completely threw his career off, right? Because he was blocking, he was scoring, he was a starter, and was that defensive anchor that nobody could figure out yet.
Yeah, he's a small forward.
Yeah, 6'10" small forward / power forward. Yeah, so he's a two-way forward is what he was.
Had a flat top, old school.
Yep, and he was guarding like the best player on the team, and people were having problems with him. You know, so but going back,
Coach Mosley
hit a ceiling when he had the 5 seed, right? Oh no, he had the 4 seed, wasn't it, against Cleveland?
Yeah,
and he played Cleveland 2 seasons in a row in the playoffs.
That's crazy,
right? And we lost both times, and it a lot of it was talent that he had on the bench. He didn't really have much bench talent, and then we drafted really well over the last 2 years to fill that gap that he had. But the main thing is, I don't put it all on him. I think it's 75% him, 75% the GM, because we did not have a bench that scores.
Yeah, and again, like I said last week, these GMs got to take a little bit more responsibility and stop throwing it on the coaches, because these guys are the guys that are putting the team together for the coach to deal with. So, like, come on now, it's common sense. Stop being weasels. I totally agree.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, who are they going to replace him with? Now, there's a lot of people that are on the block right now. One of them I don't think is on a block, but I think would be a really nice addition if we were able to get him. It would probably cost us to get him, but I would love to get Steve Kerr.
You want Steve Kerr?
Yes, because did Steve Kerr?
Does he still want to coach?
Did Steve Kerr play on the Magic?
He was on the Bulls, and he might have been on the Magic for 1 or 2 seasons, but
Yes, he was on the Magic from 1992 to 1993.
Okay.
Right. So we do have some history with Steve Kerr. I don't know why we didn't keep him back then, but but that would be a nice addition because Steve Kerr, X's and O's, understanding talent, understanding what he has, what he doesn't have, what he needs.
Yeah.
He's that type of coach.
Yeah,
You know,
you replaced him with Stan Van Gundy, if you remember. You had Stan Van Gundy there, and he was there for about 4 seasons. Stan,
yeah.
You know?
He was, and he took us to the promised land. I'm gonna tell you that right now. My goodness, when we beat Boston. I was living in Orlando at the time. When we beat Boston in the second round, all of us were like, "We're gonna win this thing." If we beat the champions, we're going in. Right?
Listen, it feels good when you beat Boston, no matter what sport you're in. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then we ended up going against Cleveland, where we won game 1 in Cleveland
against LeBron.
Yep. And the only reason why we didn't beat them and sweep them is because LeBron hit that crazy 3-point shot at the end of game 2.
In the corner?
No, it was up at the top.
He just like hit a banger, right? Like hit back rim. It's like a banger.
Oh, LeBron.
The old Bron.
Game winner Magic. It was okay, so it was this one right here. I don't know if you guys remember this.
Here we go. This is big time.
Lewis gets it to LeBron for 3 for the win. Yes!
Oh! Yo, bro, that's like big time. You know what I mean? That's big time.
Yeah. If he would have missed that, his entire career would have been different.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of games where a career could have been different with LeBron's big shots.
Yeah, but he hit that and he still lost the series.
They did.
Yep. And then we played against the Lakers, and something similar happened against the Lakers, right? Because game 1, we were down. No, I think the game was tied at the end of regulation. But remember, we had Courtney Lee on the team at the time. And
Courtney Lee was going over?
Yeah, and he had a wide open shot so it was, I think it was something like 0.5 seconds left.
Okay.
And he broke loose out of the defense, went to the basket, grabbed the ball midair, threw it up, and barely missed the layup. We would have been up 1-0 against LA if he didn't miss that. We ended up losing that game, losing game 2, went back to Orlando. We won game 3, shooting 62.5% from the field, NBA record for a finals game.
Nice.
And then the next 2 games, we had no answer for Pau Gasol. We had no answer.
Pau Gasol was very good, man. Very good.
Right. But if we would have had that game and then went up 2-1, it would have been a 7-game series.
Yeah.
Right. But Rashard Lewis disappeared. Hito Turkoglu got exposed on defense. We brought back what's his name?
Brandon Scott?
No, Jameer Nelson when he injured his shoulder. So we ended up getting Rafer Alston in a trade.
Skip to my Lou?
Yeah. No, not that Lou. No,
Rafer Alston skipped to my Lou from Rutgers basketball courts.
Yeah. So Rafer Alston we picked up, and he was on fire ever since we picked him up.
Yeah.
But then when the finals came up, they decided to activate Jameer Nelson and threw off the entire team chemistry. And I was just like, why would you do that? I understand he wants to come in and play in the finals, but like, you don't do like that's the one problem with Stan Van Gundy is sometimes like he's just like his brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, brother like brother. You know that. Listen, this guy just came to my head. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
This guy reminds me of an out of shape Jokic. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Greg Ostertag. The big center from Utah.
Yeah,
Remember Greg Ostertag?
My goodness. He's in that category with like big country.
Yeah.
And,
I love it.
the only difference is that Brian Reeves was like Twinkle Toes.
Who was the big center on that was very athletic and wore a headband? He was on those Sacramento teams? No. What was his name? He was a factor. And then he just
Vlade Divac?
No. Damn.
DeMarcus Cousins.
No, he's white. He had like brown
white.
hair and a headband, and he was super tall.
Oh, you talking about was it Brad?
Damn, man, I can't remember this guy. He was good though, bro.
Brad something. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he was a backup to Divac.
Really?
I think, right? You're talking about the early 2000s, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of. You know what? I'm gonna look him up now. Let's see.
No, he was on Golden State. Played with Green in them. He was big white guy. He used to run the fast break. Headband. Long brown hair.
Andrew Bogut?
Yeah, bro. Andrew Bogut, bro.
He was never. Yeah, that's what threw me off. I was like, I don't think he was ever on.
He was on the Bucks, and no, he wasn't on the Magic, but he was on the Bucks. There's just they don't make centers like that, like the guys who could actually run the fast break, And,
no, I remember because his career was never the same after he broke his arm. Did you ever see that?
Andrew Bogut.
Oh, man, he got pushed in the back by Amari Stoudemire. Yes, my alma mater. I graduated with Amari Stoudemire, by the way.
Did you really?
I did. 2002. I kind of doxed myself a little bit, So if you knew what high school he went to, that's what high school I graduated from as well.
Yeah.
But but he went on a fast break and went up for a dunk, and Stat hit him in the back, and he fell down like awkwardly on his. Oh, dude, it was bad. He pulled up his arm, and it was like out like this. It was
the
bad.
worst injury I've ever seen was the quarterback for the Chiefs with the leg bone coming out about 8 years ago.
Was it the Chiefs? Oh, no. He wasn't playing for the Chiefs at the time. That was Alex Smith you're talking about, right?
Alex Smith for the Niners.
No, he was playing on the Commanders, or Redskins at the time.
Oh, he was on the Redskins at the time? I remember him.
It was like a Theismann type.
Oh, my
On
God.
the same yard line. On the same,
That's like a curse.
Yeah, it is.
That's weird.
Yeah, so anyways, going back to close this out, Magic.
Yes. So deserving firing, you think, or
what do the Orlando Magic need to do? Okay. They need more scoring, and they need either a point guard or a center. They can't have both. I think they need to go for a distributor, a guy that understands not only how to score, but also how to create the rhythm of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's not helping when Wagner's on the shelf now, too.
Yeah, he is. But I think Wagner's going to come back next year and be good. But we need a little bit of help. So here's my suggestion. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys which players that are on the chopping block. All right. It's Noah Penda, Jonathan Da Silva, Jet Howard, Jonathan Isaac, and yes, Jalen Suggs. These guys, because we need to put out more money because we're close to that second apron, right? So we have to put out more money than we do have coming in.
What about so you have two centers though? You like Georgie Bitstad? You're good with that? You're good with Mo Bamba? They still got Mo Bamba?
No.
Okay.
I don't even think Bamba is still playing.
All right, very good.
But yeah, so here's my suggestion. All right, I'm going to start with the Magic, and I'm going to start with then I'm going to move on to the second team, and I'm going to move on to the third team. I'm going to tell you exactly what all three of these teams need. All right, it's going to be a 3-team trade. All right, so Suggs, J.I., Jet Howard, Noah Penda, Jonathan Da Silva. All right, all of them are leaving the Magic. That's going to free up a lot of space. The Magic are going to receive Jamal Murray, Jared Vanderbilt, and Bruce Brown.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Jamal Murray, is he a free agent at the end of the season?
He's not. He will be after the next season, but the
Nuggets are willing.
Nuggets can't afford him next year.
How many years does Jokic have left? You're talking about taking a superstar away from a team that is in the Western Conference Finals 8 out of 9 times.
They can't afford him, and Jokic is not young anymore. He's not a spry chicken. All right. He's basically on the last 2 years. So they need to rebuild as fast as possible. And I'm going to show you how. All right. Orlando gets Jamal Murray, Jared Vanderbilt, yes, from LA, who just broke his finger, which is weird. And then Bruce Brown. Okay. And I did the Jared Vanderbilt literally 2 days ago before he broke his finger. All right. The Nuggets are going to get Jet Howard, Noah Penda, Jonathan Da Silva, the Lakers' 2026 first-round pick, and the Orlando's 2027 first-round pick.
Okay.
So so what you've done is you've gotten rid of 2 cornerstone pieces, but now you're filling that in over the next 2 years with picks and also fillers throughout that, so that the Nuggets have the ability to rebuild fast without losing the rest of their team.
Okay. All
right. The Lakers, on the other hand, will get Jet Howard, J.I., and Jalen Suggs.
So Suggs and Smart. Smart's almost done anyway. Not bad. Not bad. I like it so far.
I'm sorry. I said Jet Howard twice in this one.
You want to split them up? You want to cut them in half?
Jet Howard is going to the Nuggets. Jalen Suggs and Jonathan Isaac are going to the Lakers, and they're also getting Denver's 2027 second round pick and Orlando's 2026 and 2028 second round pick.
So the Nuggets have to get Suggs back in return because Pickett ain't cutting it to run the show as a point guard in Denver if you're getting rid of Murray.
Oh, if you're getting rid of Murray. Right. I thought about it, but the thing is they have to get rid of him. And we got Bones Highland?
Yeah, Bones Highland and Pickett.
Right. So you use the Lakers 2026 first round pick to get yourself a point guard.
Okay. What do you think about this for a little bit of an upgrade for Orlando since we're on the Denver roster? Instead of Bruce Brown, give me Tim Hardaway.
So Tim Hardaway to Orlando?
Yeah, instead of Bruce Brown.
Let me look up their.
I see a lot more upside in Tim Hardaway Jr. than Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown and Tim Hardaway Jr. salary.
But I do like the other stuff that you're talking about. Oh, and I have one more addition at center.
Oh, they're both worth the same. They're both signed $3 million deals, so it doesn't matter. So it wouldn't matter which one that you trade because they're both worth the same. Now, Tim Hardaway Jr. is worth more by about $600,000.
And they're 2 different players.
And they're 2 different players, but Bruce Brown's a better defensive player.
And he's a 3-point shooter and a felicitator.
Right, and it's less money coming in because we need to bring in less money than. I'm sorry, we need to put out less money than we're bringing in.
Okay, what do you think about this little upgrade for center? Since, listen, I like Wendell Carter. We talk about his defense. You know, he'll give you 12 and 8 with some blocks. But what about Mark Williams from the Suns?
He's a free agent next year.
Come on, bro. I'm trying to hook you up.
He's a free agent, but how much is he going to cost? You know, that's a $20 million player.
I was going to say 15.
He won't take 15 because he'll get 40 from somewhere else.
Where?
Anywhere that needs a center. Right? I mean,
Brooklyn.
Dallas needs a center.
Brooklyn. That's right.
Who else needs a center?
Philly needs a center because that guy's always on the shelf.
Yeah. But they've
got 5 centers.
There's something like that. What do you call it? Boston needs a center.
Yeah. What
The
turn out to be.
Nets, they need a center. Let me guess. Who on the? Oh, the Clippers, they need a center. Like there are a lot of teams with way better destinations that need a center.
Chicago, yeah.
Chicago needs a center.
Chicago needs a team.
Yeah, Chicago needs a whole front court. Like, what are you talking
Josh Giddey needs 11 other players to play with.
Exactly. So Tim Hardaway Jr. would make sense, but there's no way you'll be able to. It just we would rather have the defensive player off the bench, right? So, but anyways, that's franchise. All right. Well, that's all you guys are getting out of me because I am toast right now.
Yo, you're toast and I'm butter. Yo, listen. Excellent show. I had a lot of fun. Sorry about the glitch before. Sorry, everyone. Glad to be back here really quickly. Listen, enjoy the playoffs, man. Go Knicks. Go Knicks. Go Knicks.
Right now, I mean, before Anunoby went out, like they were looking like the team.
Yeah.
At least in the East. I still think they're the team in the East right now.
Listen, man, it's right now the cards are working right now. The cards are looking good if they're playing the game. So let's see what happens.
Absolutely. But again, make sure you go to risingmiddleamerica.com. Check us out. Socials right up here in the top upper right-hand corner. Down at the bottom. That's where you can make a monetary contribution to help us keep the lights on. Show your support by going to the Roman Nation Network merch. Like, comment, subscribe. You can find me at the real Roma _AK on X. Lemagrag. This guy on X as well. Yes, sir. You guys have a great night, and we will see you next week. Actually, we're going to be talking about doing more shows here soon.
Yeah. We got to get on that horse. We can't buck Navasa off the horse, though.
Oh yeah, right. We can't buck himself off the horse. Just kidding.
Oh man, we love you, bro.
We love you, man. Take care. Have a great night.